Welcome back, Awesome Squad. I appreciate any and everybody that has come back. Thank you to all the new members and to the old members. Thank you for believing and supporting your boy. So let's get into this. Today I'm having my Hulk build on showcase, and I will show my playstyle alongside my build. So in the middle of this video, something funny happened because I was initially just going to go full tank and some damage, but in the middle of the build, some of the stuff I was picking up, such as the armor perks and some of the artifacts, they had perks on them that helped my build fill in those spots that I was not building into. So without any further talking, let's get into this video. So looking at my ratings, I have a 495 in defense, 413 in my melee, and 306 into my heroic. So my initial build was fully into defense and heroic because I wanted my tank to be able to spam his abilities, control the crowd, and have my aggro ability come back faster. I think it's called Bone Shaker. So in a sense, when I went out farming, I found armor pieces that help supplement the heroic rating. So now I can build fully into my defense and melee with my armor piece stats supplementing my heroic rating. So I will go more deeper into that as my video goes on further into the gameplay part. But as for now, I want to show you guys what I have unlocked in the skill trees so my character can have these abilities come back faster. I have Pummel, Green Bomber, Cannonball, Meteor, Battering Ram, and Ram Reinforcement. Those are what I have unlocked in the combat slot. We have Gamma Hammer, Smash, Hulk Smash baby, Skyfall, Aftershock, Air Spike, and Tectonic Fury. That's what I have unlocked in my heavy attacks. I will show you how I link all those combos together. And in my grab attacks, all I have is Bludgeon in there because I don't grab too much as Hulk because of the build that I'm running. So I have Rage, Devil's Rampage, Controlled Chaos, Monster of Mayhem, Survival Instincts, Cataclysm, Unbearable Might, Unbound Fury, Unstoppable Ferocity. That's everything I have unlocked in range, and these are all the skills I have unlocked in my regular tree that's available in the beta as of currently. So what is a tank? What is the role of a tank, and what is a tank playstyle? So in any MMORPG before Marvel Avengers came out, the tank role would basically be somebody who could go out, aggro, and then tank a lot of damage, and then reap a decent reward from taking all that damage. So what is aggro? Aggro would be the ability to, or to have an ability that takes the attention of a group, a boss, or a select type of enemy. So as far as just throwing everything into defense, that's not bad as a tank, but you won't be able to reap a reward from, I guess, the enemy taking off a quarter of your health. You want to be able to go in, and if they do take a quarter of your health, at least you took out one or two, maybe three enemies if you're doing it right. So in a sense, you do not want to just spec fully into shield. You can, by all means, you can play the game how you want, but you want to reap some kind of reward for every time you do go in to combat a group or boss or a select type of enemy. So what does it mean to tank? Simply put, to tank means you can take massive amounts of damage and come out of it okay. That's literally it. Whenever you play different types of games, they'll have different iterations of playing a tank. You'll have defensive or you'll have your health pool. For Marvel Avengers, they have your health pool spec'd into whenever you spec into your defensive rating. So if you look up there at my health bar, instead of your average 1 or 2, I have 4 health bars now. I can go up higher. For the beta, I don't know how many I can have because there's problems, crashing, stuff like that. I don't hold that against the game. It's a beta. So I'm still having a decent time with the beta, and my run through with Hulk is not bad. I'm loving running him as a tank. So as far as supplementing my ability cooldowns, I have perks on my armor that help me bypass this. So if you look at this scene right here, you see my abilities shine and then their cooldowns are refreshed a little bit more. This is afforded to me by Heroic Charge Burst. How am I getting this? I'm getting it from one of my armor pieces that allows me on crit chance to get that Heroic Charge Burst. I also have another armor piece that helps me get it back, but this requires me to get critically injured. I'm a tank, so it's rarely going to happen, but if it does happen, it's nice to know that I can have that proc. I also get it on the tail end from one of my artifacts with a 2.5% cooldown on that support ability. So now let's slow that same scene down and let's take a look at what's really going on when I get my Heroic Charge Burst to happen. So if we look, you see the initial burst, it goes up by a certain amount. But if we look closer, you see that it's still gold and that it's still refreshing at a faster rate than it normally would. So now let's look more in depth and how much more are we getting. So I started off with 3/4 full of an ult bar. The initial charge burst filled it about a good chunk. And then at the very end of it, it's almost full. So just off of that alone, this is very viable. Instead of speccing fully into your heroic rating, you can just supplement it with these armor perks. So for me as a tank, this is awesome because when I'm in my other forms, I'm getting my defensive buff from the rage, I'm getting my attack buff from certain perks on my armor, and then I'm also getting a defensive buff that I have a chance to get from a takedown. So all in all, this is a great build that I am going with. It's good for tanks, it's good for holding your own in solos, it's good for team combat especially. So as far as Hulk goes, he is awesome. Would I suggest it? Yes. Would I suggest this build? Yes. Could you build him differently? Of course. This was just a tank build that I wanted to put out so you guys can see if it's viable. This is a situation where this mission right here is 1 or 2 levels above me, but as you can see, I am still holding my own. I'm able to aggro, and then when a big chunky or a big yellow bar enemy comes along, I'm able to focus them down and get out of there. This is what you want to do as a tank, as a aggro, as a support. Once again, thank you Awesome Squad for all the support and love. Thank you to all the new members, and thank you to all the old members. You guys have been showing so much love in these recent videos and in my streams. Once again, I do stream on Twitch also, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. US Mountain Time. Once again, this is Awesome Rock signing out. Peace.